welcome to Curious University, a place of learning for curious you. My name is Miss Katie Jane.
And I'm Miss Tracy.
This week, we're learning all about hats and more hats. Now it's time to start with facts and more facts. A hat is a head covering which is worn for various reasons, including protection against weather conditions, ceremonial and religious reasons, safety, or as a fashion accessory. That's a fact!
Hats are one of the oldest human accessories. The earliest record of hat wearing comes from a cave in central France. The rock drawings there are 15,000 years old, and we've been putting things on our heads ever since. That is a fact!
Hat making, or millinery, is the design, manufacture, and sale of hats and headwear. A person engaged in this trade is called a milliner. That's a fact!
On a construction site, the color of your hat is very important. White hard hats are worn by managers, supervisors, engineers, or architects, while general workers wear yellow. Carpenters and temp workers wear blue, and safety inspectors wear green. Visitors or new workers always wear orange. That's a fact!
The tallest stack of hats worn at once is 100.33 centimeters, a little over 3 feet, and was achieved by John Fitzsimmons in Phoenix, Arizona on November 14, 2019. For the attempt, John had to figure out the proper way to balance the hats and then move the stack to his head without tipping them over. John practiced for several months, spending a minimum of 30 minutes per day training. That's a fact!
Well into the 20th century, it was common for presidents to wear top hats to look extra posh at their inaugurations. President Richard Nixon was the last president to be inaugurated wearing a top hat, and no president has donned a cap for the big day since. That's a fact! In this week's story, Hats Are Not for Cats by Jacqueline K. Rayner, Dog thinks that, well, hats are not for cats. But Cat, who has many hats, is determined to prove him wrong. Will she succeed? Let's find out. Excuse me, Cat. I see that you are wearing a hat. But hats are not for cats. Hats, you see, are for dogs, like me. Hats are not for cats. Not hats that are big or hats that are small. Hats are not for cats at all. Not pink or stripy or polka dot. Dogs wear hats and cats do not. Not hats that are festive or hats that are fun. Not hats for the cold or hats for the sun. Not hats that are fussy or hats that are frilly. Not hats that are serious or hats that are silly. Not fine hats or fluffer, not dashing or dapper, not pirate or party, not odd hats or arty. Not hats from Tasmania or Transylvania, not hats from Peru or Timbuktu. Hats are not for cats. Ruff, 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 ruff.
dashing hats, dapper hats, frilly hats, silly hats, hats for the cold, hats for the sun. Hats are for everyone. We definitely know that hats are for cats. After all, one of the most famous literary cats is the Cat in the Hat. Did you know that Theodore Geisel, better known as Dr. Seuss, wrote The Cat in the Hat using only the 350 words allowed in first grade beginning reader books in the 1950s? Well, it's true. And we are going to do a hands-on activity that celebrates Dr. Seuss's most famous character, the Cat in the Hat. We are going to make Seuss Hat Stacks using red solo cups and white index cards. And we're going to use something called an A-B pattern. A-B pattern just means you alternate from one color or material to another color or material. For this one, we're going to stack them first with the solo cup, then with the index card. So A, B, A, B, A, B. Let's see how tall I can stack my Seuss stacks. Whoa, that was a big tumble. It's so important when you're doing your Seuss hat stacks to make sure that each element is stacked exactly in the center, because otherwise it will wiggle and jiggle and crash just like mine did. The next time I try this, maybe I'll work on that a little bit harder. I hope that you'll join us next week for a curiosity break. It's going to be on Thursday, and it's going to be all about splashing ducks. Until then, stay curious.
This story time is brought to you by the Hoover Public Library.